Hello, my friends, and welcome to Italy, a Place to Love YouTube channel. So, today I'm going to make a new episode about expat expectation. Very interesting topic. So, let's start from the title of the video. How politics can affect migration trends generally, but I will be specific in the United States case this time in this video because it starts from a post on Facebook about someone asking a question, and then under this question have been replied many comments. So anyway, before I'm starting the video, please put like and subscribe if you like this type of videos. It takes 2 seconds and it doesn't cost anything. Anyway, just to make you a short recap, on this channel I make these different type of videos. So I like to talk about expat expectation, showing properties for sale in Italy, and other different topics, curiosity about Italy, and so the dynamics overall about Italy, a place to love. Let's start now reading this reading the post here on Facebook, and then we'll see what people reply under the comment section. Now, any American here want to tell their emigration story? I'm a journalist looking for people who recently moved to Italy, motivated by the political climate in the US. Now, we all know that nowadays this is a big hot topic because there is a trend, anyway, of people who don't like this administration, and so, and basically they are trying now to leave the country in a way or in another because they don't want to live under certain kind of circumstances. Now, I know that people who are going to watch could be on one side, could be on another. Now, I don't want to enter in, I don't have a personal opinion about this, so I'm not American. I cannot understand fully the dynamics going on over there, but for sure there will be people pro this administration and people against this administration. So let's see what people feelings are. Now, my colleagues and I are working on a video report exploring how politics can affect migrant trends. So this guy who posted this comment is a journalist, and so he's trying to make a video. I'm a journalist looking for people who recently moved, and they're making a video reporting the stories of people who already moved or would like to move. So let's start reading the comments under the post. Now, someone said just, I would be interested to share my story. It's not saying her story. It's not saying anything. It's just saying that I would be interested to share the story. Then I'm in the middle of moving, so someone have not moved yet, not sure if that qualifies. So we all know anyway that it might not be very easy to relocate, to move into another country, simply because you need to qualify. I'm saying this, for example, if someone has a dual citizenship, can easily leave the United States if they're not happy with this administration, or they might be entitled for another type of visa. So there are different type of stories. Everyone has a different story. So they might be in the situation where they can relocate, in the situation where might not and be unhappy, whatever. Anyway, the writer of the post say, please, if you want to share the story, get in touch with me. I will send you a message. Now, someone else says, I'm an Italian, moved to the US, to the United States 8 years ago. All right, so this was an Italian who moved to United States. Next year, I'm moving back with my American husband to Italy due to political climate. Now, so this is an Italian citizen. It's a girl. She is married, and she wants to go back to Italy. Probably she has this feeling where she doesn't like this political climate. Now, I'd like to hear your opinion under the comment section. Obviously, there are gonna be people again. I don't want anyone to fight under the comments of this section, because I see anyway that here there are huge disputes under this post. Obviously there are people. It seems like people are highly divided, and so they keep fighting, they're arguing, disputes. Uh, I'm saying a bit crazy, even if I have to say that I remember we had similar situation in Italy when we had the former president of the former prime minister of Italy, Silvio Berlusconi, which many people liked and many people didn't like. And I remember all the fights. I remember I was younger, maybe I was touched more by the politics, and so I was also into this cauldron, let's say, into this spot where people were keep fighting, dividi et impera. Nowadays, I wouldn't care that much as I did back in the days. So I believe that many people who are arguing and having disputes here under this video, maybe in 5 years, in 10 years, in 20 years, they might change their mind, because this is also the way our brain works. With the age, things are smoothing, things are changing. You might see everything white or black in young age, and then start seeing the shades while we are aging. Anyway, let's read the next. The following comment opened such a huge dispute that I'm not gonna read all the comments, because it seems like two children or two chicken, I don't know, simply pointing each other what is right, what is wrong, like if there is a rule to know what is exactly right and what is exactly wrong. Now, but let's read the post, the comment. I'm not gonna read all the replies. I'm curious of the fact that Giorgia Meloni is the Trump of Italy, and yet there are some discontent leftists who want to move away from the USA to move to Italy. Now, these open a big chapter, because now, for who doesn't know, but Giorgia Meloni represent the right wing in Italy, not the left wing. So she is unliked by many Italians simply because she does represent the right wing, and all the people who are on the left, anyway. And this guy, because it seems like he's Italian, this guy is pointing, so how can you be against Trump and love Italy, where actually, yeah, let's say that is on the same path, Italy. He stated that anyway, Giorgia Meloni is following Donald Trump's steps. So basically, can you are you really aware, if you don't like Trump in the United States and you want to leave the country and you choose the Italy, you've chosen Italy, then can you say that you are moving to a country which is totally independent from the United States? Good question. Now, I live in New York City and have an apartment in Verona. So this guy is probably Italian, has a dual citizenship. I'm a Republican. I love Italy for its culture, food, scenery, not for its taxes or healthcare, which is true. Anyway, about the healthcare, I'd say less, but about the taxation, yes. Now, I like Meloni for clamping down on illegal immigration and Chinese and Bangladesh companies' purchases. These are the dynamic of the globalization, so we cannot really stop the globalization once we open the gates. Once we open the gates of the globalization, so we allow people to do business, and if someone is smart and is buying your own businesses, can you blame that person because he's smart? And you, because you haven't been smart, blame someone else because he's smart? I don't know. I don't know. So I'd read or I would have read or contribute to your book for the counterpoint. I just think that those leaving the US because of Trump or conservative politics should take a trip to Iran, Russia, China, North Korea, or now South Africa and see what real prejudice and bias are. I go against this point, because for me, is following actually the bias itself. So we are always following the bias in a way or in another, because China. I know many people who that from Ireland relocate to China, from Italy, from UK, and they're working there and they are quite happy. Then about Iran, North Korea, obviously they are not, let's say, really open, really freedom countries. We all know anyway. I would never move to these countries. That's it. Um, about Russia, I have my big question marks, because I've been there a few times, and I don't have any complaints from this point of view. So I'd say that everyone is following a bit stereotypes. Before we speak about stereotypes, for me, we should go and test ourselves, and then we can judge. I'm not gonna judge United States if I've never been to United States, because all I know is what had been reported to me through the medias, through an individual, through someone's story. Let's say that it might say, "Oh, I love it," or "I don't love it," but to judge properly, I should go there. Personally, I would have had big problems, for example, myself, to even to visit United States, and um, not only now because Trump administration. I always been afraid uh, since I was younger. Maybe obviously I had my own positions when I was younger, and maybe I always said maybe they might have records about me. So anyway, there are things that, to be honest, I'm not a fan of United States. Um, so let's say, but these are stereotypes as well that I was following, like to be armed, to have guns. That always scare me. Uh, I don't know if I have a certain kind of an opinion. Maybe I could have someone investigating about me simply because I have an opinion. So interesting, but again, these things are everywhere. Now, South Africa, and see what real prejudices and bias are. Maybe they would then kiss the ground they complain about. I can partially agree. Anyway, here it opens such a big dispute. You can tell you are a supporter of the current administration in the US, as you do not tell the truth. Everything is happening today. So someone is saying that bad things are happening for real in the United States. Um, then again, they go with this dispute, freedom again. Uh, Now, trouble is that she loves Trump and is learning fast, whatever. Okay, okay. Again, such a huge dispute. Anyway, someone says, stop. Meloni might be right wing, but her administration doesn't even come close to what the Trump administration is doing right now. I can give you 100 things in like 5 minutes about that. So, I stated before that Giorgia Meloni is right wing, that she may follow the steps, Donald Trump steps, but someone says, for example, no, she's so far from what the Trump administration is doing that he stated that Trump is 100 times worse than Giorgia Meloni. So that's his opinion, and I respect everyone's opinion, first of all, because we have the right to have an opinion until it's not damaging someone else. Because the moment my opinion put restrictions on someone else, then my opinion is not that fair. All right, then. Oh, here we have a very interesting comment. Now, I'm actually doing research, PhD wise, on the motivation of migration from the global north to the south of Europe. Would love if you could share your findings. Um, I think this is a very interesting comment. Why? Because she's doing a research, so she is a person with studying. It's a PhD, so the highest level of education that a person can have, and trying to figure out the motivations that are the motivation that are pushing people that are living in this global north. Now, to identify the global north, we can identify from United States, Canada, plus UK, Scandinavian countries, Germany. So let's say which are the wealthiest countries on the planet. Okay. So what is pushing people who are living in the wealthiest, in the most developed societies, in the most developed economies, to move to countries which are less developed, like Italy, like Spain, like Greece, like maybe Cyprus, Malta, Turkey, and so on. Portugal. There are many different destinations where people now are moving. So they are leaving their old global north, what she call it. And I would love if you could share your findings. So now she is referring to this guy who made this post because he's making a video, and it will be interesting for her to see what are the response he got it to, let's say, make her study more fulfilled with more information. Um, then I hope the video is ready in a few weeks. I would love to share it with you. Now, I am not in Italy full time yet but sorry, I'm not in Italy full time yet, but became a citizen in November. So she got the dual citizenship and just got my Italian passport. Given the current political climate in the US, I'm glad to have options. So it seems like by these comments that the political climate is quite tough in the United States, and so people like also to have an option. If you have, it's always better to have options. Like myself, I have plan A, plan B, plan C, plan D. The more plans I have for my life, the better. The less plans I have, I don't know. Anyway, this is my opinion. I always like to have plans, okay, and then to choose which one is. If I choose plan A and I went for plan A, and I'm happy with plan A, I'm not gonna switch to plan B, plan C, plan D, but I still keep them open. Now, I'm very curious about the fact that a gringo is escaping is escaping from the USA. Sorry if I'm laughing, but this definition, gringo, explain me down in the comment section to who they refer. Now, I'm very curious about the fact that a gringo is escaping from the US and searching for a refuge or a better life in a US colony like Italy. This is Italian. Generally, Italians are writing this type of comments. With its prime minister, close friend to Trump, hypocrisy never ends. And someone said, I just said the same. Then, another interesting comment that opened another big dispute. Look what you stated. I thought this site was meant for people to share experiences and help each other to navigate life in Italia. I'm so tired of the endless political discourse surrounding everything in life. Basta. Seems like it's Italian, somewhat this one. It's an anonymous participant, so it's not disclosing the name, and but anyway, complaining about the fact that now I'm in this group expats living in Italy, which is a group with more than 150,000 people following. I would highly recommend to everyone to join this group. They actually provide services because for people who would like to relocate, and I can also recommend because I see many positive feedback. So I can guess this institution is quite. I mean, there is an institution based in Rome that is running this group, expats living in Italy, and I would highly recommend. Anyway, over 150,000 members. Uh, then, so this guy or woman, whoever, complained about this is not a group where to dispute about political climate issues. So I am sorry it triggers you, but it is not so bad. Yes, some people are being sarcastic, but others are willing to talk, share their stories. Oh, this is the author of them. Unfortunately, the topic is divisive, is dividing. But in which other way could we discuss that? Anyway, for me, there's nothing wrong. So it's actually one of the best places where to share. If you want to get information about the political climate, why not to write a post here anyway? Then people are free to answer the. I don't know who is touched by this comment, by this post, because um, they don't like this topic or they think this topic is not the topic that should be discussed. I mean, just scroll it, skip it. Why you need to? I don't understand this. When people don't like something, why they always show their disappointment? I mean, simply scroll it if you don't agree, or if you disagree, I just scroll. So then you are so very fortunate and privileged to be able to not care about politics. Um, referring to who? Referring to the writer of the comment. Um, I do care about politics. I just don't want to think about it or discuss it endlessly. Endlessly. Yes, I totally agree. You don't want to think about it. I see. On behalf of everyone who has no choice but to do so, we all apologize for inconveniencing you, anonymous person, with our troublesome need for safety, food, shelter, liberty, and freedom, I'd say, and all the other things you already have and prefer not to see others struggle with them. We'll try to bring up such uncomfortable matters less frequently so you are not disturbed. Anyway, again, it's a personal thing to care or to not care about politics. I don't care at all. For me, I don't even go to vote. I mean, people are blaming me because I don't go to vote, but I don't follow anymore. Politics is not affecting anymore my life. Now, politics is the least important thing in someone's life. Those who elevate it unjustly are irredeemably boring. And then someone says, as boring as a hungry child, as boring as a gas chamber. Why would anyone speak of such trivialities unless they were a boring person? I don't get this comment. Politics doesn't solve the problem of hungry children. Government only makes those problems worse. I agree. I'm not interested in your goofy political religion. Sometimes, unfortunately, politics turns into a religion. And again, one side, one other side. Let's always think that, anyway, we are living the life and there are shades overall. We cannot just see black and white. Um, yes, when I was your age, I also knew everything, and then suffering of others bored me too. If you're fortunate, someday you will learn compassion, but for now, your life is entirely about you. Now, someone might say, because I don't follow politics, for example, that someone might say that I'm selfish, that I don't know what compassion is. No, I know very well, but I also know that if I follow the politics, I'm not going to change the things. So the politicians are the last one who are solving problems. Then I can solve problems personally in my little experience, in my little life. I can try to make someone happy. I can do my little things, but if I follow the politics, I can. Don't let me say what I can do. Anyway, uh, live with your head in the sand. Politics affects everyone. You see, someone says the opposite of what I just said. Uh, According to this person, politics affects everyone. It's not affecting me. Unless they knock my door to arrest me because I'm thinking in a different way. But unfortunately, in our democracy, this is already happening. So I would go very, very cautious about stating things nowadays. It's dangerous to share really openly your opinion, unless you are sharing the opinion of the mainstream. If you're not sharing the opinion of the mainstream, it's quite tough to open them out. People choose to answer how they want. That is all right. Now, you see, that was a dispute, one of these disputes. Then, just awarded dual citizenship today, journey was definitely driven by the current regime working to move to Sicily ASAP. So this person is concerning about the political climate. I'm in the process of moving to Sicily. So many people are moving to Sicily, in particular from United States. They are in love with Sicily. Um, I mean, I don't have to investigate because anyway, there is this trend that this PhD student just said before. Then Sicily is one of these locations. Obviously, Americans in general love Sicily, and maybe because the majority of the Italian who moved to United States were originally from Sicily, maybe they have connection, maybe they've been in touch with these people, they like the culture, and so on. Now, thank you for sharing your story. Would you mind if I send you a private message? Okay. How do you rent an apartment so far in the future? Okay, this was still about that comment. No, but if anyone can help expedite it, we would come in a minute. So then now someone is trying to maybe claim the dual citizenship or trying to find a way to leave the country. It would run in a minute. Then also report on how police. I read this comment before. I tried to read it, but I didn't get really his point. Anyway, also report on how police in Italia set up roadblocks to check documents, highway, mountain roads, small towns. Also report how the carabinieri can come to your house, check documents, and arrest people because they lack documentation. I skipped this one. I never heard a story like that of people knocking the door for a lack of documentation and deporting people in Italy. Never. Maybe there are some stories. If you are one of these who know anyone that, please share under the comment section. I left the United States 3 years ago and moved to Italy last month. I plan to never live in the US again, largely because of the current political climate. I'm also a former journalist and happy to speak. Alright, that's interesting. Anyway, so many people wants to leave because they don't like this political climate. Now, my story is long and heartbreaking, but I moved to Italy a year ago from the United States, born in Italy but adopted by American citizens at the age of 4 after my mother died. It's been a long journey, but finally returned to Italy and reunited with my siblings. The government in the US and the difficulties I endured gave me the final push. So another one who is not happy with the political climate situation. Now the last comment. I'm a US Italian citizen. Me, my husband, and 2 kids just moved to Italy the end of March. Even though this was a move driven mostly by family reason, the political situation sped up the process. Okay, now another one. But, the last question. Are these people who are leaving for political reasons a bit selfish in the meaning that, and these people who maybe would like and can't? So you see, it's always, anyway, at the end, life it always brings us at a selfish point, at a selfish level. We might see it as an achievement, but then we don't think, for example, that it's not easy to relocate for everyone. Think first, because documentation, you might not be entitled. Second, because you might not have enough money to relocate. And where I'm always pointing in each of my video nearly that anyway, to relocate to one place, we need money always, unless we are working labor, cheap working labor, like from South America to United States, from Africa to Europe, or from Bangladesh to another country. And just now, so these people are forced to move for, and they maybe start as an illegal citizen, and then you can start without money. But if you want to relocate decently to one place, you always need to have a good amount of money backing you and supporting you in case things are not going as they should. All right, my friends, so I'm at the end of the video. I hope you have enjoyed this topic. I think this topic, I should open more often this topic. Anyway, so please, if you enjoyed this video, put like and subscribe. It takes 2 seconds and it doesn't cost anything. And I'll see you here on Italy, a Place to Love YouTube channel to my next video. Bye for now. Bye.